What did they say? Your phone clenches the screen, holding your prized possession, volume raised. What did you hear? There's clatter, there's chatter, there's noise, there's opinions, there's feelings. What did you feel? Should you do what they say? Should you feel as they feel? Should you think, act, feel, breathe, live the way they live because you see? And as you scrolled, you felt your body tired, your breath getting faster and faster. I'm missing out, you thought. You scanned the room, your room, and suddenly what you had felt like less. Suddenly the qualities you had, unheard of, non-existent. Suddenly the materials you had were not enough because you saw, you heard, you felt like you were not enough. Suddenly you leave a grass unwatered to fulfill a grass that had already been watered, already been planted, and already been chosen. But not for you, for her, or for him. Suddenly you leave your seed, the seed that was meant to be watered, meant to be nurtured, meant to be cared for, meant to get you where you needed to be. Suddenly you stop looking inwardly to fulfill your validation externally, not realizing that what you had is exactly where you needed to be. And when you look in that mirror, what do you see? Someone who doesn't look the same anymore internally. So you keep up with the chase. You chase something you never wanted, something that didn't align, something that didn't fit. Keeping up with the Joneses, I think it's what they call it. You had a fear of missing out. And now, what you see isn't who you were meant to be. But what you saw on social media was a figment of what you thought it should be. But who you are truly, you want to be filled with your desires, your needs, and your love. And suddenly, you turn it all off. The noise, the clatter, the opinions. And instead of seeking external, you find the internal. Suddenly you are thriving. Suddenly your grass is growing. Suddenly you are suddenly you. Suddenly you are what you truly were meant to be. Suddenly you were exactly where you needed to be. I think we've all done it at some point. We've looked at social media and thought, dang, should I be living my life like this? Or is what I have enough? And honestly, the problem with comparison is every time you look at somebody else's grass, you leave your grass behind, and whatever you have, it just seems like less when it's actually not. You can't compare apples to oranges. And I'm not saying you can't follow a trend or like something that you see on social media or want to do the same thing. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, I think sometimes we can look at what people have and do it a little too much and want to chase it a little too much, not realizing that what you have is already internal, it's already there. And honestly, if you looked internally, you would actually find the things that you actually would like out of life. So what I'm saying is, don't leave yourself behind. Don't leave yourself in the dust. Whatever you want and you need is internally, and if you get to know yourself, if you discover who you are, you'll start to see that you have everything that you need and you have all the tools that you need to chase the things that you actually want out of life. So what I'm saying is, just remember yourself. What do you want? What do you need? I'm gonna let you figure that part out for yourself.